main purpose is to raise awareness around an issue that everyone talks about, everyone complains about, but no one seems to know a solution to it, which is noise pollution. At the same time, we also see audio inclusivity being required the way we deliver events and activities, and that's also not something that anyone is doing. So we want to change that. Lost my hearing about 12 years ago, and it was almost an overnight experience where I went from normal hearing, what you would class as normal hearing, to losing about 70–80% of my hearing over the course of a few months. There was no rehabilitation to bring back the joy of listening to music or going out with friends and family. That had to be almost like giving up on that and just enjoying the fact that I can hear you in a quiet environment. And I didn't want to accept that being my new reality. So coming out of that and bringing it to the Hearing Wellness Festival is how do we create a completely different experience of sound that includes people like me and actually about 30% of the population that has similar experiences with noise. How do we design activities and a built environment for everyone to enjoy?
One key aspect of our manifesto is to be working for every child in Hackney. The idea is to give every child the best start, and that means every child. I'm really aware of the social model of disability, which is about the barriers that are put in place. It's one of my missions to try and remove or at least reduce those barriers, which makes me very excited to be here, Hackney's first Hearing Wellness Festival, which I think is just amazing. Something as simple as that, as getting the audio right, is the difference between someone being included and not being included at what is meant to be an inclusive event. Cities, a borough like Hackney, they are noisy, gritty, busy places. You have to have spaces that offer respite, and you have to feel that you belong.
I think it's really important for hearing people to understand that deafness and hearing loss is a spectrum. Just like with any other disabilities, just because you have one type of disability, don't assume it's one type of specific thing. For example, I am profoundly deaf. I'm a BSL user. There's some people who look free, there's some people who use hearing aids, cochlear implants, some people who struggle with noise sensitivity even though they're hearing. So I think it's really important to try and accommodate for that.
I think noise problems are faced by us all, in fact. Actually, restaurants are louder and louder in the UK and North America, especially if you work in one of these environments. But on the other hand, I think maybe there are interesting positive sides. The impact of bone-conducted sound, focusing in on sonic experiences as part of a forgotten flavour sense. So through that, then I'm sort of optimistic that some of the chefs out there are starting to home in on sound and think about what it's doing to the tasting experience.
Plans for next year would be not necessarily to do it bigger, but to make it richer in terms of the experience. We were aiming actually to do it over a week this year, but that's a lot to take on in year one. So for next year, we're going to aim to have a week-long celebration of sound in various activities, venues, and inviting different artists and providers of experiences with sound to join in.
My first time being to the Hearing Wellness Festival, I went to the gong back. It was quite stimulating and reminded me about the quality of sound. It was quite beautiful, really. It's a beautiful experience. Then after that, we went to the sex workshop and they were talking about the feeling of being gentle, making it more sensual, and remembering the feelings that are involved in that. And I think I'd love to come back to more of these festivals because people forget about the quality of their hearing, and it's really important to look after that too.